Hey guys, Merry Christmas!
And happy holidays!
We're giving you a gift of sorts. We're trying to.
Just a little Christmas present here.
Yeah. We are well aware that we have left you guys in a lurch as it comes to the inside of our yurt. And we are going to show you around a little bit. It's not finished. That's part of the reason why. It's a lot of tidbits, and we've been focusing on like moving in and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, there's just a ton of projects still to do, and now that we're actually at a point where we can live in here, we've kind of haven't focused on things like trim around the house, and there's all sorts of things, and we'll talk to you about things we just haven't done, but there's just other things to focus on, like putting a pen in for our goats finally.
Yep, so we've been working on other things, and we haven't got the video out that you guys have all been begging us for. So we did our best and pulled together some clean areas of the house and did our best to do something that was presentable for you and show you around a bit. So we'll do this kind of in and out as we go, right?
A little bit of disclaimer. Another reason we've held off is we kind of like our pretty Pinterest-worthy shots. Not saying we get a lot of them, but when we can get them, right?
Right, our house is definitely not postcard-worthy.
No, but hopefully you enjoy it anyway.
Right.
We think it's beautiful, so we're excited to show it off.
So, starting off, we installed a few floors through the house, and we didn't do anything super fancy. I know you guys have given us some good suggestions, and we ended up going with just some of the pre-made floors, click-together type floors. We have laminate and vinyl, and I looked at Audrey to make sure I had this right, because she was a big help in the design of the floor and the choice of the floor type.
Yes, for the most part it's the vinyl flooring. We just put laminate in like the bedroom where we won't see a lot of water, mud, traffic.
Right.
So,
yep.
Otherwise there's a lot of mud that gets in this house. So we tried to make it a little bit more water, mud proof. But the floors in here are gorgeous. I love the floors, especially in the kitchen and living room. They were kind of my little, I want that, and Jared was super sweet about making sure that's something we could do. So
yeah, Audrey really likes this gray floor that's in the kitchen and the living area. I like it too. It turned out looking pretty good. She laughs because at first it looked like a barnwood floor where barnwood's really splintery. And I kept saying, oh, it looks like I'm going to get splinters in my foot. And yeah. Anyway.
I just laugh at him. It's true.
So the other thing that we've been working on that was a big part of our house was the kitchen, and we should probably mention that.
Yes, we both really enjoy cooking, and the kitchen is a huge part of our life. Always has been, always will be, and we know that this is kind of a small space, so we did the best we could to utilize it.
Yeah, the kitchen does invade a lot of the other space, but it's because in our mind, we live in the kitchen, you know, so there's a lot of eating going on, a lot of bonding family time in the kitchen. So we let the kitchen spill out into the other space because it's a big part of our lives, a big function. And I let Audrey do a lot of the work on the kitchen part.
It's true. I spent a lot of time designing the kitchen. We went with Ikea cabinets because it was something we could put together ourselves and was a lot easier on the pocketbook.
And the time thing too.
And the time.
Because I've had a little experience with wood joinery, cabinetry, those types of things, and if I spend another 3-4 months on it, we could have had a nice kitchen too with homemade cabinets. But we weren't having that. We needed to move in.
That wasn't for this round.
Right.
If we ever replace the kitchen cabinets, maybe that's what we'll do.
Right.
But this was the most ideal for us right now. So.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of flack out there for IKEA stuff. There's a lot of praise out there too. I hear them both. When it comes to the kitchen cabinets, we're very impressed. I mean, there's limitations to them, of course. Custom, homemade, definitely at the top. But I would put these with second tier. I mean, they're pretty sturdy. Better than a lot of the other cabinets that we saw. We went and shopped around. We were very impressed with the quality.
Yeah, they came together great, and in fact, they were easy enough that I was able to do a lot of it by myself. The upper cabinets, I definitely had to say, okay, help me get these up here. There's no way I can lift these up way up high and get them mounted on the wall rail, but otherwise, a lot of them I was able to assemble by myself and even put in for the most part by myself, so it was a good project for me. I enjoy things like that sometimes. But
Sometimes you're great at it.
it did take some time and some planning, and that was probably the hardest part, but once we got it in, we were pretty excited. And then we got our countertops on top, and we're pretty happy with those too.
So we went with the butcher block. There's other options out there. We were going to pour concrete. The butcher block as everything settled down, it came out on top. And it was nice. It was very customizable, especially for the island that stretched back. This was something that was lightweight, and we really liked wood.
Well, and it fits with the rest of the house. I mean, we have wood accents all over the places. You can see as we pan through all these different pictures, and I think it fits. It's very fitting.
No, Audrey can attest. They are a lot of work. But it's a lot of love in them too. I think it's, we've been applying a wax mineral oil mix that just seems to fill the pores of the wood really well, and we've finally got to the point where it repels water really well. It's really exciting.
Well, as long as you get the water off of it fairly quickly.
Yeah, we're still at that stage. It'll be a year or two before we're nice and comfortable with it.
Yep, pretty much.
And hey, how many kitchens have 2 stoves? And we do. We have one that's wood powered and one that's propane powered.
It's true, and we use them both. We need to show you a little more of some of the stuff we've done with the wood stove, but either way, it's been a lot of fun to have both options. If the fire is running in that wood stove, we tend to use it.
Some cooking videos are probably going to come. So any of you who will have requests on what you want to see, get thinking of it. We might have some of that. So, anyway. Bathroom. We definitely need to talk about the bathroom.
It's functioning.
Yes.
We have a bathroom.
We lived in that camper for, a year.
Yeah, off and on.
When you think of it that way. Yeah, so we were in that camper for, a long time. And we've been really good at conserving water and so on and so forth. It's nice to have a full-size bath. It's nice to have a full-size shower now.
Yes.
Just barely finished the shower.
Yes.
So we had the bathtub all done, but we never put the caulking in around it. And so we couldn't take a shower. I got in a lot of trouble for that.
No, you didn't. Yes, I was a little irritated that I couldn't shower, but he wasn't in trouble.
Okay. Anyway, but we got it put together and we're loving it. It's nice to have that. This is a very comfortable house for being off-grid,
Yeah, we're pretty happy with it, so.
So the loft railing is the other thing that we should mention.
Yes, we did a lot of considering what type of a railing to put up in the loft. Finally decided on doing the rebar and just plywood and not plywood, sorry, 2x4s.
Yeah.
Thank you. My goodness. Anyway, and then some posts that we already had, and just figure out how to throw it together. A lot of it is stuff that we'd either bought for other parts of the project or stuff that had come to separate piles of wood and something.
So a lot of the dunnage is stuff that we put together, and really it was me being fed up with 2 things. First of all, so much of the construction process needed to be stamped lumber, perfect lumber, and I wanted to do a lot of the repurposed stuff throughout the house. And it's amazing how rules and regulations get in the way of that, right? So to meet code, we had to meet a pretty high standard. And this, as long as people didn't fall off and it was the right height, I could use whatever I want. So we had a lot of leftover pieces and we went to town with it.
Yep, and I think it turned out very beautiful. We're very happy with it, and we haven't had anybody fall off the loft, so.
Right. Yeah, it turned out really good. You'll also notice that our ladder is still our regular old construction ladder.
Yeah. It is attached. It's not going anywhere. But that's one of the things that we have not finished yet, and it'll probably take some time before we get that one done. We still have to decide even how we want to do it for sure. We just haven't been able to quite decide.
We've thrown a few ideas around out there, and like Audrey was saying, there's part of me that really wants to do a beautiful ladder, have it be a focal point, and, you know, an exercise in some of the woodworking skills I have. There's a few other ideas that we've been throwing around, like shelving, staircase, ladder mix. You know, all of those ideas are so grand that we can't throw them out the window. And so, in the meantime, we just anchored down that ladder so it's not going anywhere, and it's working fine. Yep. So another thing that we've done that I don't have a lot of footage of because the deck is a mess. It is a pure mess. But we've been working on the railing on the porch too, and it looked really good. We have a mesh wire and post.
Yeah, it's just kind of framed in. Framed in mesh wire railing, I guess.
Right, and we're planning on putting a handrail around it. That's not done yet. But it ended up looking really pretty. I think it's going to look excellent as soon as it's all put together.
Yep. It's one of those places that since we don't have a home for everything, it's kind of become the home along with like the loft and the bedroom, which you don't get to see a lot of either because that's just kind of where everything is stored right now.
And in our crazy rainy environment, unfortunately, there's a lot of, we're using the tools and everything, and oh no, it's going to rain, quick, throw it on the deck. It's embarrassing.
Yep.
It's pretty bad.
But I think that gets you mostly up to date. Things that we are still working on, we'll add to the ladder here because that's one of them. As you can have probably been able to tell, we definitely haven't done like the trim or stuff around the doors. We haven't done any of the baseboards.
Yeah, we still need to do all those.
We still need some kind of a backsplash in the kitchen to protect our walls while we're cooking.
Yeah, and all the windowsills.
All the windowsills.
Yeah.
Yep, that's another one we've been
lots of odds and ends. And really, when that's all done, it's going to take some time, guys. We'll try to do a really good video and, you know, maybe Pinterest worthy, right?
Maybe.
And
you have to remember we have kids here.
Right. We do live here. So
Yep.
we'll try to go through and do a really high production video, but it'll probably be summertime at the soonest. So just relax a bit.
Yep.
We're going to kick back a bit on the Yurt building videos. Hopefully that's not too sad. But there's some really good things coming next. Like Audrey mentioned already, we've been working on goat pens out of wattle fences and stuff like that. We're going to really dig in with the stuff that's going to be our homestead. It's going to keep us alive. And we'd like to hear from you guys too. What would you like to see? Are there any experiments on a homestead that you would like us to try so you can see how it works, you know?
Can't guarantee we'll do it, but could be really fun to come up with some ideas from other people. Our two brains are just two brains, you know. There's a lot more out there. Thank you.
Well, thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for taking a tour through our house. We're definitely excited to show it off because we've been working really hard on it. And man, it feels good to have a home, right? We have a home.
We do have a
place to live, and it's dry. The rain stays out. It's great. Need to mention, for those of you who missed it, we now have a few ways to support the channel. Most of those details are in the description. You can jump over to our website, find them there. But the biggest one that I want to mention here is Patreon. We have a Patreon page now. And on that Patreon page, there's going to be some exclusive content, right? So if you become a patron, we'll have some extra stuff there. We're going to test that out for a while. Don't want to leave anybody in the dark that really wants to be part of the journey. But if you guys are excited about supporting us, I also want to give you something for doing that too, okay? So anybody who's interested, we have some methods to support our channel, which is exciting. It's exciting that you guys care enough about our channel to want to support it. There's people out there that want to.
Yes, thank you for
thanks
that.
a bunch. And with that, I should end the video so it doesn't drag on forever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking this journey with us on Simple Ground.